Introduce yourself and Dina and your team real quick, and how much weight you've lost. Randy and David were comparing weight loss journals together on a three-way as I was driving home from Jacksonville. Yep. So Randy invited him to go ahead and join us today. Okay, so you can share y'all's.
Okay, there it is.
You can share y'all's. I see, David. Share y'all's weight loss journey with everybody.
All right. So as of this morning, even after traveling and being in Jacksonville this weekend, I actually lost a pound. I didn't gain anything. So my weight loss to this point is 78 pounds since the end of August. And, one of the things Randy and I talked about, because, obviously everybody's journey, everybody's transformation is different. And, as Randy was talking Saturday when we were on a three-way, there were some things that he mentioned that I noticed I've got to change. And, my goal is come September, I'm walking across the stage holding up a pair of pants that are similar to Randy's that are just way too big. So, since the end of August, 78 pounds, and the energy level is just, I can't describe it. It's so much different. And of course, like Todd said,
real quick, Anthony, can you send me this Zoom link real quick? Because I forgot the people I invited are on my Zoom link right now, not able to get in.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, David, for interrupting you.
Oh, that's all right. And then, of course, my wife, Dina, is on. And then Cherie Moore is also on. So if y'all want to add to that, Dina, go ahead.
I do want to, Cherie, because we all need to know stories when we bump into people. Cherie had her thyroid removed, which is one of our harder cases. But could you share real quick what you've been able to do even with a thyroid that's been taken out?
Yes, so I had my thyroid removed back in 2012 and been on a roller coaster of up and down levels. I started the drops in September, actually on my birthday, and I'm down 30 and a half pounds as of this morning, and feeling great. My hair is starting to grow back. My skin is starting to improve. I haven't slept like a full night's sleep in probably 10 years. And I sleep all night long now. And I just love the energy that it gives me.
Love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is share my screen real quick, and we'll go right on into the pay plan training. And I'm going to go really slow. This is not one directional. I'm going to do a lot of pausing. So I want you guys to ask any questions that you want to. Interrupt me anytime you want to. This reason we're doing this as a small group so everybody can thoroughly understand. And so what we're going to cover today, you'll see there, we're going to cover the base commissions, which is your real residual income, the savings bonus. We'll cover the retail profit, what's called the income position bonus, the new volume bonus, and the global bonus pool. And you'll understand how all that plays in conjunction to start building you a walk-away retirement to set you up for, some great years in your life. Everybody here is involved in the company already, so everybody knows how to pay the $29.95 and get started. But just know that for paychecks to be eligible for pay, you have to maintain a 100-point subscribe and save or auto ship, whatever you want to call it, of at least 100 points or $150. It's going to bill every fourth Friday, and it must be on the right week. You have what's called a qualifying week. It'll be indicated by a circle on your dashboard of a color. So just make sure it's on the right color. If you can't find it or confused, just decide what you want on your auto ship and call it in, and make sure you're qualified. And your dashboard will always tell you if you're qualified or unqualified. A customer can count for this, but it just has to be a reoccurring customer that bills on your qualifying week, but it does not have to be you necessarily. Any questions on that? Okay, now that we have got that, we're qualified. So we all joined the company for $29.95, and to be able to start making money, you can access the entire pay plan with a simple 200-point order. of any kind, about $300 and something worth, depending on the product combination. But we all want to, as quickly as we can, get ourselves and eventually our team members we're signing up, want to get them to Ultimate, because two things occur when you get Ultimate. One, you now make 30% instead of 15 on, and what this is on is when you sign up a new brand partner, whatever products they order or buy for the first 4 weeks or until they go Ultimate, you get paid 30% instead of 15 if you're just a normal activated business. So you just basically double the money for the same thing occurring. Nobody wants to leave any money on the table. But the skinny drop system, once you figure that out, if you are posting and selling skinny drops, the most lucrative place for us to place our 10-pack orders is on somebody we personally sponsored in the last 4 weeks. So once you get a team up and growing, we kind of drive each other to Ultimate, because once you get that kind of moving, you're always needing somebody new to place those orders on, because once you put 3 500-point orders on somebody, they're Ultimate, and you don't get that 30% back anymore, which is $150 on a 10-pack order. So that to me is the most confusing thing about anything. I'm going to tell you this whole 20-minute pay plan training. So I'm going to pause again, and Randy, anything or anybody wants to add, or any questions everybody wants to ask. And Ashley Weekly's joined us in South Carolina, and Sarah in Prattville, got Dave's team and Tiffany and Randy's team. So anybody's free to speak up if you have a question or a comment.
Hello.
Anthony, go ahead.
We're done. Dad's just doing his training right now for the Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Probably
And
20.
by the way, make sure Anthony probably muted everybody. So make sure you do unmute if you do have a question. If I don't respond to your question, just know we didn't hear you. Okay. That moves us now to the next way we get paid, which is called base pay. By the way, Randy made $1,900 in the pay plan last week and $500 in retail profits, meaning he made $500 his part to keep selling skinny drops, $1,900 between new volume bonus being this 30% right here, and base pay. It was his best week so far, which it should be. He's been in long enough now for it to be a best week. It's not stable yet. You'll always have up weeks and you'll come back down. But what you want to do is, if you drew a graph, you just kind of see the lower weeks become not as low and the higher weeks keep getting higher. That's the trajectory you want to see on. But there's no way, this is a business, not a job. It's not going to be stable week over week in the beginning. Really, the beginning's like the first 18 months. Just know it bounces like any real business does. Jonathan owns a mattress shop, and the same amount of dollars a mattress are not sold every week. I mean, it's kind of random, and sometimes of the year are better for mattress sales than others. Anything you want to add there, Jonathan, being a business owner, for those that aren't business owners, just to kind of understand that it's not, it's normal for it to move around a little bit?
Yeah. So like Todd said, with the mattress store, it's super inconsistent. It's, and during tax season, you make more than other times. So that's really why I'm attracted to this business, is because of the residual income potential.
It's not potential for you, Jonathan. It's just if you decide to put the right amount of time into it, because you are hyper talented. If you don't make money here, it's not Partner Co's fault. It's because Jonathan is distracted, trying to make a living.
I need 48 hours a day instead of 24.
That's right. Hey, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. I've got some people staying on my property right now. They'll tell you I don't sleep a lot right now. It's my days run late and they start very early right now. So that's kind of what you do when you're trying to elevate your life from a business standpoint. Now, if you're not serious like that, if you're brand new with us, like, that's not necessary. I'm just talking to the ones that really want to create financial independence here. There is a period of sacrifice involved anytime you're trying to do something on a big scale. Okay, so now we move to the area of pay called base pay. And if it's the first time to hear this, just let it all sink in. It doesn't have to have complete clarity, but it's generally the second or third time you hear it when you're like, oh, I got it now. So in base pay, you're going to start building at least 2 legs of business, maybe 3, not more than 3 in the beginning. Although if you're Ultimate, you'll have the ability to build 5 legs, but 2 or 3. And the way it's going to work is really simple. If you're building 2 legs, you're paid on every leg, by the way. Just in this area of pay, you're paid on every leg but one. So when your business starts growing, we'll just look at those first 2 girls there in the picture. You put one girl on one leg and the other girl on the other leg, and then they start signing people up and they start signing up customers. When that starts to grow, for example, Randy's business, although he's located in Florence, I would say the majority of his business is in other states. I mean, he's got growth going on in Louisiana, Oregon, Kentucky, Tennessee, all over the place. So it doesn't matter where it goes to unlimited depth. Anytime a product is purchased or sold through a business center in a leg, you get paid 15%, whatever that purchase is, to unlimited depth on every leg, but the biggest on Friday. Our weeks run Friday night at midnight to Friday night at midnight. If you go into your back office, go into the dashboard, click on My Money, and then click on Volume, these legs will run on real time. So if somebody makes an order anywhere in your business, it's going to show up and it's going to project your income in this area of pay on real time. And that doesn't matter where it grows to. So the example you're looking at here on the screen is if you had 3 legs of business, leg 1 sold 4,800, leg 2 sold 4,000, leg 3 sold 2,000. You're paid 15% of leg 2 and 3 or $900 for the week. Now this part is a bit confusing, but this is how you get to the big money. This is how you kind of change the trajectory of your future. We have a goal, and the goal is really simple. We want to get at least 2 legs selling 13,000 volume points of product weekly. Because if we do, you're going to trigger bonus money in addition to your 15%. So the reason it is 13,334, kind of a weird looking number, is because if you multiply that times 15%, that equals 2,000. So any week you make $2,000 in a leg, it triggers shares in a bonus pool. So when you get those first 2 legs to do it, you're going to get your $2,000 base paycheck that Friday, but you'll get a $470 bonus that week. Then the 3rd leg, you're going to eventually get it. By the way, it generally takes for somebody working it consistently, maybe a year a leg. So let's just say it took you 2 years to build 2 legs to 13,000 a week. That's very realistic. If somebody works it consistently, but 5 months, it may seem like it's never going to happen because the start is the hardest part because you don't have any compounding efforts yet. And let's just say it takes a year per leg after that. But say 3 years in, you have 3 legs selling that much a week. That would be 2,000 on leg 2 you make, 2,000 on leg 3 you make. But then you start that bonus money there in that chart. So the 3rd leg is actually what's called your first pay line, which is what PL stands for. So that's an $800 bonus on the 3rd leg. You can eventually build as many as you want. You can see if you were to build 8 legs, you would get 8 times 2,000, but your bonus money on that 8th leg is $28,000. So it becomes astronomical once you get that compounding effort going on. Now then you ask, how hard is it to do that? Well, with the skinny drop system, it's actually pretty easy. If you teach your people how to use boards and everybody starts selling skinny drops, just like Randy has done and Sarah has done and many other people have done, when you start selling skinny drops, if you follow the boards, we hear it every morning on the IPA call. This morning, I think we almost hit 300 on the IPA call, but everybody says the same thing. There must be 10 people a week that say they did it their own way and struggled and wonder why it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden they started doing what everybody was saying on the IPA call. And all of a sudden they started selling like crazy. So it's really no big deal for somebody to sell at least a 10-pack a month. We have a lot of people that sell a 10-pack a week or more. So what you're about to see is a cumulative effort. It's not based upon an individual or even 2 individuals. You say you had 3 legs growing into time. No matter how many people are in each leg, we just want 2 10-packs total to be sold. So if you had 10 people in one leg, we just need 2 of the 10 to order a 10-pack that week. So you can see there, if you had 2 10-packs ordered on 3 separate legs, your income that week would be $300. That doesn't include auto ships, random purchases, buying other products. There's all kinds of other things going on. This is just on the 10-pack sales. If you start growing those legs out and over time, you had 4 10-packs ordered in a week. That's a $600 paycheck because every 10-pack is worth 500 points. So 4 10-packs is 2,000 points. And you got 2 pay legs. So it's 4,000 points times 15% or $600. So again, this doesn't happen in a day, but let's just spend life forward 6, 7, 8, 9 months. We're growing it. We're teaching each individual how to do it correctly. And all of a sudden we have 3 legs growing out. Now we've got some compounding efforts going on. And there's 10 people cumulatively that have sold 1 10-pack. So now then it is 5,000 points per leg or $1,500 for the week. So you just at that point passed me up as a high school football coach, what I made with a master's degree, winning 2 state championships. And then our ultimate goal, remember, is to get 13,334 each leg, because if we do, we get the bonus money. So to do that, we need simply 14 people per leg to sell a 10-pack in a week. And by the way, there's all kinds of other things going on. There are people ordering stuff. There's auto ships. There's a million other things that are funneling it. This is just on the 10-pack sales. But if you get enough people in each leg, that just 14 of them sold 1 10-pack, that optimizes 3 legs. And if you optimize 3 legs, your base pay is $2,000 per pay leg, or $4,000. There will be $1,000 in bonus money paid out to you, and you would get the full amount in your savings account for $500. So you would make $5,500 a week once you're doing that, or $286,000 a year, not to include your matching check, which I'm going to talk about in 1 second, which is generally equal to or greater than this number. So the least you can make is $286,000 a year. So the last thing we'll talk about is the matching check. This is over and on top of that. When you personally sponsor somebody, they're on your first generation, no matter what leg you put them in. This actually works on your power leg too. It works if you only have 1 leg. If you personally sponsor somebody for life, when they start making their base pay, which is what I just showed you, you get a 15% match on their base pay. So if you sign up somebody and they make $1,000 next Friday, you get a $150 match. You sign up 100 people on your first generation over time. How many people have you signed up, Randy? About 40 or 50?
46, I think.
So when 46 people get base pay, he gets a match on 46 paychecks. If he could just get 46 people to make $100 next Friday, that's 4,600 times 15%, or about $700 in matching check Randy would get just by helping other people make money. When they sign up people, it's your second generation, it's a 10% match, and your third generation is a 5% match. And it goes all the way through 7. And then you're obviously able to win the free vacations. We have one to the Bahamas and one to Tahiti running right now. And that's it in a nutshell. I'm going to unshare my screen and just let everybody now ask questions about that or anything else you want to know. I don't want to overdo it, because if you can just learn what I just shared with you, the rest will come.
I have a
Don't be
question.
shy to
Todd.
ask. Okay, go ahead.
When you're signing people up, do you sign them up on one line until that one is optimized? Or do
No.
you sign them up based on, okay.
Yeah. Randy, can you text me your ID and password real quick, Randy?
Yes. Let me figure it out.
I might have you saved. Let me see real quick. Hang on, turn my off thing. Get up here close to my iPad. I'm gonna go online and show you real quick what you're gonna do. That way you'll know. This is the most important thing to learn in your business.
I got it, Todd. I'll send it in just a second.
Okay. What is your ID? I might have you saved in here. I just got to figure out which one it is.
676-604-7787.
I'm gonna have to stop the recording if we were sharing that.
Yeah. Go ahead and stop the recording if you don't mind.